Hi everyone, welcome to another Glamrs video. I'm Priyanka and I thought today we could go through a self-care video of sorts, and I'm really excited because I have been trying these routines for a while and I found something that kind of works for me and I wanted to share it with y'all. The first thing I want to do is kind of refresh my skin. So I'm going to use this already half melting ice roller. I actually added a little bit of turmeric in it because it kind of helps with healing the skin. As you can see, I'm breaking out from here and all these red spots. So I kind of just want to heal my skin a little bit and also refresh it, and it feels really nice. If you haven't introduced your skin to ice, I would say don't directly touch ice to your face. You can definitely just use simple ice or an ice roller like this and then cover it with a hand towel and then kind of massage your face. But I really like icing my face, especially when it's tired or it needs a little extra plumpness, I would say, because it helps increase blood circulation really well, and in a while you're going to see like this part my skin's gonna be like red and nice. But if you are someone with dry skin, I would say kind of don't give it a miss, but definitely do this sparingly because it can end up drying out your skin a little bit more. I also like to go under my eyes, so if I haven't like slept well or I just again need to refresh and awaken my skin, this does a great job. So I'm just gonna pat my skin dry with a clean towel. And if you do this first thing in the morning, it really wakes up your skin and helps with blood circulation, like I said before, so that's really nice. So next thing that I want to do is do something for my hair. Although it's kind of dry from here, it's pretty oily, as you can see from the scalp. So I have combination hair also, if you could say, because my strands are dry and fine, but my hair, or my scalp rather, is kind of oily. So I'm gonna go with the OG coconut oil because that works for everyone and has kind of proven itself of how important it is in Indian households. Okay, so I have all my hair care essentials with me right now. I'm going to use my Good Vibes coconut oil, and I have a little bit of katori, so I don't like put it into my hands directly. I put it into the katori and then use my dropper to kind of put it into my scalp and then into my hair. I really miss the champis that my mom used to give me, to be honest. She should do a good job. And I'm not going to put a lot of oil. I'm just going to use like very little. I used to oil my hair overnight quite often, and then it would be so tough for me to kind of wash it off the next day, and then I would struggle, and then I'd be like, oh, my scalp is forever oily, which isn't true. It's just that I did not know the basics of oiling. So basically you're only supposed to oil your hair or keep the oil on for a couple of hours and not for the whole duration of the night. Massage your scalp a little bit and then wash it off. So just leave it on for possibly an hour and a half at the max, and then wash it off. First, always kind of brush your hair or comb your hair and then oil it up so that the oiling process becomes easier and the oil kind of really soaks into your hair and into your scalp. And I've also heard that rosemary is a very popular ingredient. So if you are someone looking to kind of stimulate your hair growth and reduce hair fall, you can always add a drop or two of rosemary oil into your coconut oil or almond oil. Always use a carrier oil when you're using rosemary oil so that it doesn't kind of shock your hair or your scalp, because it would actually then lead to a lot more shedding, even though rosemary is known for hair growth. That's definitely a tip that you can try out and let us know if it works for you. So I just tied my hair into a loose plait, nothing too tight, and I'm gonna leave it like that for an hour and a half. And while that is happening, I thought I would pamper my face a little bit with a face mask. I usually actually go for my sandalwood powder from Good Alps because it's really nice, and I mix it with a little bit of rose water, like cooled rose water. But today my skin feels like it needs a supremely non-drying face mask, so I'm actually going to go ahead and use my body slush from Glamrs, and personally I have loved this, and it works really well as a spot treatment just for like breakout marks. But I'm going to use it all over my face today. Just like I just apply it with my fingers, and it's actually really great even for body acne. So in case you have ingrowns or you have acne, this works really well even for that. I feel like sometimes a few face masks can be very heavy on the skin and then like suck out all the essential face oils or body oils, which again then makes it, you know, ends up making your skin even drier. But this one doesn't do that. And I've realized that a lot of times we leave face masks on for longer periods of time. Like I myself have left it on for like 20-25 minutes, and my dermatologist has given me so much gyan for it. Like she has yelled at me so much because, like I said, it ends up kind of sucking out a lot of your skin's essential oils, and if you are someone with dry or dehydrated skin like me, it's going to end up making it a lot more dry. So I'm going to leave it on just for 10 to 15 minutes. 15 minutes is also pushing it, but I'm just going to leave it on for that long, and I'm going to wash my face off then, and then I'm going to head in for a shower and see you all back for a really cool skincare guide that I've created in the past couple of weeks and has been working really well for my skin. So I figured that I would share it with you all. And yeah, after a shower I feel so much more fresher. My whole body feels like awakened, and I feel like there's nothing that a shower can't fix. So I washed my hair, and instead of using my regular towel which I use to wipe my body, I have used like an old t-shirt. But the best alternative to this would be actually using a microfiber towel, because that leads to less breakage and damage of the hair strands. And I'm not going to let it completely air dry, because that also leads to weakening of the hair. I'm actually going to blow dry it on the coolest setting, but once I'm done with my skincare. So let's get started with that. So my first step is going to be using this toner from Caffeine. It's got hyaluronic acid in it, which kind of really helps plump up the skin, especially if you have dry or dehydrated skin. Dehydrated skin essentially means that your skin is not able to hold on to water, so the water retention is kind of not that great. And hyaluronic acid is that one ingredient that can really help kind of plump up your skin and hold water or retain water in your skin for longer. I'm just gonna take like a few drops in my hand itself. You can always use a cotton pad, but I like to just gonna dab this into my skin as well as my neck. You can also use this like with a spray head and kind of just spray it on your face, but whatever is more comfortable for you and for your skin type. I just like to dab it in and bring in everything towards my neck as well, and see that it's kind of soaked in. So the next thing that I'm going to use is obviously vitamin C. This is from Good Vibes, and I really like it because vitamin C is like an essential these days in your skincare, especially if you're looking for, you know, dark spot reduction, and it's just a staple. It's like a staple food for your skin essentially. Okay, so I'm gonna use this vitamin C and B3 serum on face. First I rub it in and then I dab it in. So a lot of people also say that massaging your products into your skin helps. So I try to like pull up. Everything is always upwards and nothing is, you know, you never apply skincare downwards. Everything goes like upwards. So that's what I do as well. That's what it looks. All natural, no filters. I feel my lips are a little dry, so I'm going to use my lip balm. I remember when I was younger, these EOS lip balms were so popular everywhere, and I was dying to get them, but in India you couldn't find them. And now Blue Heaven has like a very similar type, and it's amazing. I love it because I don't have to get my hands dirty, and you just apply it on the go, and it smells and tastes kind of nice too. Next, we're going to go into our eye cream. This is definitely an optional step and you don't have to include it, but if you are someone who sits in front of the laptop for really long hours, or if you are someone who strains your eyes a lot, I would definitely suggest firstly putting some good eye drops and also adding some, extra moisture around here, because you are straining your eyes, and the skin around your eyes is also always a little bit more thinner. Plus, depending on your bone structure, if your bones are kind of sunken, you're more likely to have darker eyes. So there's not much an eye cream can do to fix the pigmentation, but it definitely can help reduce the wrinkles as well as moisturize and hydrate the place. So I'm going to use my iDew Care Glow Key eye cream, and you just need to use like very, very little. So I just use this much, and it's got, again, brightening vitamin C, so that's really great. And like I said, it's like a staple. So I just kind of heat it up a little bit and then I dab it in. I wasn't always the biggest fan of eye creams, but I've been enjoying this one quite a lot, and I can see that it really helps hydrate the eyes quite well. Again, upwards, upwards, upwards. What I usually like to do with my skincare is first I deposit the product by dabbing it into the skin, and then I massage it. So upwards. Next is, of course, moisturizer, and I have been using this one from Alps Goodness. It's the Upton, and it's a Radiance Day Cream, and guys, I can tell you I've been obsessed with it. It's almost over, but it's so lightweight, and I just use this much again. Sometimes if my skin is feeling like drier than usual, I definitely add a little bit more, but again, really just depends on how, or what my skin feels like that particular day. And upwards. I feel doing skincare is so therapeutic. Like, it's just you taking care of yourself for like this 10-15 minutes in the day. So I would definitely say that investing in good skincare is so important, because it really makes you feel good about your skin, and it's like nutrients for your skin. So yeah, this is the natural glow. I'm really liking it. For the final step of my skincare routine, which is absolutely essential and is the most important part, if not, like, you have to never ever skip this, it is SPF. I recently went to the dermatologist and she told me that you have to, like, that's the best anti-aging product that you can use, and you can use this as young as like 16-17 years old, even younger than that obviously, but you start kind of worrying about aging, unfortunately, in your early 20s. If you're not able to get in retinol or other anti-aging products into your skincare routine, do not ever skip this. This is an absolute essential, and I'm using the DermDoc one, and it's a gel cream, and always the 2-finger rule. So usually apply this much and kind of massage it into the hands and apply it everywhere. It gets to, like, by the end of it, my skin is like glowing, and I really take my time to massage the product in, and it's super lightweight. So I used to always be under the misconception that sunscreen is going to make my skin oily, or it's going to completely like clog my pores and make it feel very like sticky. Especially if you're staying in a humid city like Bombay, you're very likely to feel like, okay, the humidity is really going to make it worse. Can you see the glow? It's so natural. I absolutely love it. And that is my skincare routine. But before I forget, I also use the Good Vibes sunscreen, which is for my body. It's a little bit more thinner, and you shouldn't forget your body. I used to forget it before, and then I once saw an image of my hand next to my stomach, and I was just like, they're two different people. It's not the same body. So I started taking that seriously as well. And plus, I have tattoos, so I have figured that over time they kind of start fading, and a good way of getting protection from that as well is, you guessed it, sunscreen. Whether you have tattoos or not, please use sunscreen. massage that in as well as on my hands. So they say that the health of your hands is essentially what tells you how old you are. I did know that. I thought it was usually the face, but your hands kind of wrinkle first, which actually makes sense because you're doing so much with them every single day. And as you can see, I use it to express a lot. So don't forget to put some sunscreen on your hands as well. How nice and healthy my skin feels. Of course, it's very natural for all of this to not go away in one day. As you can see, I'm also having like a small breakout here, but that's fine. That's what skin looks like. It's completely normal and it's healthy as long as you're hydrating, taking care of your skin and using SPF. Now let's get on to the hair. And my hair is not completely straight, neither is it curly. It's in this very weird loose waves kind of space, and it's prone to becoming a lot more frizzier. So that's not fun, I'm gonna be honest. So I just kind of dry it, and I'm super gentle with it because my hair is super fine as well. I try to like avoid using too many products because strands are super thin. A lot of product is going to weigh it down, and eventually it's going to look very sticky and it's going to look very dead and oily at the same time. So I try to just stick to one product, which is an anti-frizz serum, which is here. It's from Juicy Chemistry, and it's a frizz perfect hair serum for dry and frizzy hair. So that's really great. But before I do that, before I apply it, I'm gonna kind of dry my hair a little bit more, because I think this is a good level of it being air dried, and I'm going to use like my hair dryer to kind of dry it a little bit more, and then I'm going to put my serum on. So it's kind of dry, kind of damp actually, and this is the exact amount of dampness that I like. And I dried it using my hair dryer on the most cool setting, so ensure that it's not on the highest heat setting because that's going to cause a lot of damage and we don't want that. I'm just going to take like 2 pumps, that's about it. Rub it up in my hands first, kind of warm it up, and then just go onto the lengths of my hair and kind of not touch the scalp at all. And again, even in this case, I generally prefer the less is more approach because of the type of hair that I have. If I use a lot of the serum, it ends up being counterproductive and makes my hair look super oily, and I don't like it, and that's something that I try to avoid. So if your hair is anything like mine, I would suggest you do the same. So like I suggested earlier, always first comb your hair before you get into the shower or before you apply your oil, so that the whole oiling and showering process is 10 times more easier. All fresh, clean and ready to take on the day. I try to use very minimal number of products. I don't use all of them again on a daily basis. Like sometimes I skip out on the eye cream if I don't feel like it. I never skip out on SPF, but yeah. And this is what it's looking like. The glow is absolutely 200% natural and I'm loving it. This is why I really like, taking my time with my skincare, because it takes time to soak in and just refresh the skin. And I hope you all enjoyed this video. I had a great time showing you all what I do on a very simple self-care day. And if there are any questions that you guys might have, please leave them down in the comment section. All the products that I have used have been linked in the description box below. You can definitely check them out. And we'll see you very, very soon. Until next time, stay tuned and stay glamorous.